Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
But right then he can start practicing.
Hello and welcome to the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's JP's first son, Tim Hoey. Well, we have another great show for you tonight, so boys, let's get it started. It's our Patriots preview show.
Woo!
Always fun time. The six-time Super Bowl champion. New
On our
England
way to
Patriots.
7.
We have been in like a sports lull here.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah,
No.
because the Red Sox, right? They're
Red
supposed to
Sox,
carry
man.
us for the summer.
But it's
but they haven't.
been 9 months since the championship?
I know.
No, not just that. I mean, like, nothing. The Sox have lost. I've lost interest in.
Because they're not fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
now
haven't
we're
been
going
fun.
Patriots.
Yeah, exactly.
The Red Sox and the Celtics fizzled. The Bruins gave us a good run, but fizzled.
No,
So
so it's been this couple of months here that we've been in this.
Yeah, no, we need the Patriots. That's what
We
you're
need some
saying.
action.
You
Oh,
need
yeah.
them. All right, well, I took some action with Timmy before the cut-off date, and I said Demaryius Thomas would get cut. He got cut. And that was $5, and you owe me $5. There you
The
go.
moles at work again because no sooner was he cut than he signed with them again. Right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's
made sure to text Timmy immediately and say, you owe me $5.
I think that thing was out on Twitter for like 20 seconds, and I got. And I wanted to do 10, and you talked
Yeah.
about 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I wanted to up it. You kind of like, what does Tim know? What does he know?
But look, that was kind of predictable in the sense that you knew they wanted to keep him, but they didn't have possible roster room immediately.
And no one else in the league would take him.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well,
Obviously,
no one did.
No one did.
Yeah.
Would there have been some type of a payment or anything? No, just they could have just straight out swiped them out.
Yep.
But look, the agent just
You're a
doesn't
free
answer the phone
agent.
calls.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a free
Yeah.
agent as a,
Yeah.
as a
So they
veteran.
had things fixed behind the scenes.
Yeah, they had to deal with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, it's best for his career, as we know with Trent Brown.
Yeah.
If you play with the Patriots with Tom Brady and you play well, you're getting paid next season.
Not likely for Demaryius Thomas. He's too old now.
he
He won't
31?
get a big
No, but
contract.
Timmy,
Was he 31 years old?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
that's
he'll-
old for.
But Joe,
football
Timmy,
player.
he'll get paid more than he's getting paid right now.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not
most likely.
35 or 36. I think there's a little tread left on the tire at 31.
Yeah.
If he can prove that
Yeah.
he comes back from this Achilles and he's effective, and who's better at
Mm.
making someone look effective than
Tom,
TB12?
and Tom Brady likes smart wide receivers, and I think this guy's been in the league long enough, and
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing.
But
Now-
he doesn't like soft ones, and he's been a soft.
Now, I don't want to jump around too much here, but Joe was saying, and Kill Harry might not really be hurt. They're just letting him learn the
No,
play.
no, I think he's hurt, and they're basically, Tim, they're redshirting him.
Yeah.
What a luxury. Every other team in the league has to showcase their number one draft pick. Patriots say, go rest for half the season. We'll call you when we need you.
Well, we always talk about most of the good Patriots players don't even play the first 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
When Tom Brady gets
Well, you're
suspended,
healing.
they
You're
put them on
healing.
top more
But, you know,
perfectly.
of everyone this year, he was the one I was most excited to see.
Yeah, well, you'll see
He's
him.
the number one draft pick.
Well, not
usually.
just a number. It's not like he's a left tackle and you're gonna sit there.
Yeah.
He's an exciting position, and he's like a highlight reel kind of guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
very
really wanted to see
competitive.
him. I was very disappointed
But
when I saw he was.
Timmy, it's gonna be nice when he comes back
will be
in
nice, I know.
week 9. We're like, okay, that's
We're
all
gonna
of a
miss him
sudden
for half the season.
you are
But-
gonna
but-
miss him.
I'm gonna miss him.
All right,
Fresh
then,
legs,
Then we'll give you Gunner as a replacement.
Yeah, I'll take Gunner
Yeah,
any
right.
day of the week.
Look, this is a nice story. Again, this is a Taco Fall story,
Yeah.
right? For the fall. But Look, he's not going to last. This guy played Division II. He's 170 pounds soaking wet. He's going to get crushed. He doesn't last 3 weeks, Joe.
Oh, he'll last. He's a return man. He's going to be a fill-in for Edelman. A kickoff return, punt return. He's even emergency cornerback, emergency safety.
But
he's going to fill a lot of roles.
Let's not jump ahead and call him the next Edelman or the Wes Welker, Timmy.
I'm not really impressed by the guy.
Me either. Almost. Yeah.
I think he's here to return punts and keep Edelman healthy.
Yeah.
And that's
all
you're going to see him.
The moment he fumbles, we're going to want him out of town, right?
Who was the kid, the second-round draft pick out of Alabama there? That fumbled?
Cyrus Jones.
Oh, every time he touched
right.
the ball.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's here to return punts.
And Cyrus Jones was he was built.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like a football player, but he didn't play like one.
Yeah, this is a keep Edelman out of harm's way, returning punts position.
Oh, yeah.
And
Edelman's
that's
getting
it.
a little, what's Edelman now, 32?
We're not even going to remember Gunner was on the team by week 10. You just watched.
Oh, yeah.
I named one of my kids Gunner.
Yeah, well, you can still do that.
Contract the second you name him that, right?
Yeah, right. I'm just going to start calling my kids Gunner, see how it works out. Gunner 1 and Gunner 2. All right. Would you say that Isaiah Wynn at left tackle is the most intriguing storyline early on?
He is the mystery man. We didn't
Yeah.
see much of him in the preseason, so now we'll get a steady dose of him, I hope. And
But
I
he's
hope
your
he does
starting
well.
left tackle.
It seems that way. I can't think of anything else they'll do.
I mean,
and Bill and Dante we trust, right? I mean, I'm guessing that they know more about offensive linemen than I do, but he's not your prototypical left tackle.
But Timmy,
That's
wouldn't
for
you
darn
admit
sure.
that the bright lights are on Isaiah Wynn early on?
Absolutely. I mean, he's protecting our boy, right? The franchise.
Yeah,
And
right.
they're not very confident in him because all of a sudden they signed 3 more offensive linemen.
Yeah, right.
Right.
They're going to have a short leash. Well, they obviously.
And all to the 53-man, not to the practice squad,
Yeah.
all to the 53-man.
You know, why would they? This what intrigues me. Out of all, there's a million left tackles in college football, right? Why would you not draft a prototypical left tackle? Why would you go?
I don't
get
know.
a guard
That's a
and
great
try to
question.
Turn him into a left tackle.
That's a great
Because
question. After the
he's got good
break,
feet.
we will continue that.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
He only had to guard the outside.
So this is Uncle Joe porn, what we're talking about right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about offensive linemen.
His pants on. His pants are on.
We're talking about
You can't see under the table.
We're talking offensive linemen. All right. Obviously, David Andrews put on the IR as we predicted. Obviously, you get a problem such as he had. Contact is not in your future. Yeah. Ted Karras, I don't remember. Apparently, he started 5 games in his Patriots career at center. Joe, do you have any confidence in Karras?
Well, yeah, he's been with them a long, 4 or 5 years now. And he's, like you said, started 5 games.
But he's the kind of guy they've cut before, had the practice
Well, he's
squad.
always been a bubble guy.
Yeah.
Not really a practice guy. He's always been the end of the 53-man rotation. Yeah. But Brady never seemed to gravitate towards him. He liked the Andrews and always wanted the Andrews there.
Did I see Andrews' name on the cut list?
No, Andrews was an IR.
Yeah. I thought I saw it on the cut list.
No.
Gladly, I'm
but
mistaken.
look, obviously the snap from shotgun's very important,
critical,
right? And Tommy, I'm sure, likes it a certain spot.
Wait, yeah.
Or let's be honest, we love Tom Brady, but he will mope and he will whine if everything doesn't go his way, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see the sideline conversations early on with Ted.
There
game
have
one.
been when Ted was in there in other games. there have been some exchange problems.
Now, are they over in Tom's yard right now?
Yeah.
The country club doing snaps right now?
That's right. Yeah, well, they're showing the house to
They
Joe.
can't get enough practice snaps in between now and
No,
opening
right?
day,
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, you got to
39.5 million. We'll scrape it together.
All right, there's so many interesting young players. Of course, you know my Chase Winovich crush. I think he's going to be, by the end of the season.
I can't wait to see him chasing Ben Roethlisberger all over the field.
Well, he seems to have lived up to the hype in preseason anyway.
Yeah.
His motor is just
He keeps going and going. Even after he gets knocked down, he
the
keeps
energizer.
chasing.
Don't you love those guys like a screen pass and you see him make the tackle 30 yards
Yeah,
down the field?
right,
One of
yeah.
those guys that chases a speedy running
And hits
back
him
down
from behind.
or something, you know?
But also, the fact is that we need a guy to protect the edge. And at times, it's been
Well,
very
that's the
questionable the
problem.
last few years.
He's a little light.
He's a little small, right?
No, but he seems to understand the responsibility at the very
Uncle
least.
Joe,
You know,
what are his stats, size-wise? Height, weight?
Oh, I don't know. I just know he just looks small to me.
when he goes over Joe's house tomorrow.
But I can't wait to
weighed
see
by
him.
the postal scale.
Joe's
But he's going to be a
What
third
would
down
Chase
guy.
Winovich cost to be shipped to Skokie, Illinois?
to Mason Terrace.
Yeah.
First or second class?
Yeah, right. All right, another guy I'm interested in seeing is Damian Harris, the running back. Look, Bill Belichick doesn't draft running backs if he doesn't think very highly of them, and he must think a lot of them.
Well, I think this kid's a proven, steady Freddie performer.
From Alabama,
Nick
5+
Saban.
rushing average.
Good
you know, in
teammate, I
college.
bet. A leader. He was a captain of the team, I believe. They like to draft captains. I think he might be a kind of a character guy to go forward with.
But he's a sleeper, don't you think? He's a
He
sleeper.
could be a star. Now, you know what amazed me about him? They had a kid at Alabama, his same last name, Najee Harris. And this kid came out of high school as the number one prospect coming out of high school. All positions, like clear in a way the first guy. Well, now my boy Trevor at Clemson is going to be the next guy. But out of high school, and he was playing behind this guy.
Yeah, this was a great third-round pick. You got to be happy with it. All right, look, I've said this many times when Gronk retired. If we could just replace him with Matt LaCrosse, that would be awesome. Who the hell is Matt LaCrosse, and what is he doing in Rob Gronkowski's position?
Well, no one can replace Gronk, in a number
I
of ways.
understand, but come on.
It is a pretty steep decline at the position.
Yeah, like they should have focused more on the position in the draft
Well, Ben
or
Watson
free
will-
agency.
will
Who
be
else that
there.
came
Oh,
out
for
this week?
God's
Who's
sake.
his former teammate, the big end there, who's on TV now? He came down and doubled down again this week that Gronk will be back.
Oh, Gronk said yesterday that if Tom Brady asks him, he will come back.
Who's that? Who's the
McGinnis.
McGinnis, and
Willie
they say
McGinnis, yeah.
he is one guy that chooses his words extremely carefully.
Yeah, Gronk's coming back.
He
Why
throws
does he keep
around-
on saying it if you're talking about
So
it?
that pretty much
I just don't
confirmed it
think
for
it'll
me.
be this year. It might be a year or two down the line.
He's going to do a Roger Clemens and come back week 10 for the next couple. Oh,
Junior
yeah, or
Seau.
Junior Seau, yeah, right, in football, did that. All right, so it's not a surprise because we have Tom Brady and he's 103. But
Wait a second. You're leaving that 5 out on the table just to taunt me, just to torture me.
Well, maybe there might be something else that we
yeah,
you
right,
could,
exactly. Double down on something during the show. All right, I'm going to keep it further away. I'm going to keep it near Sammy Sosa. Because if you get near
Sammy might
Sammy
use it for something
Sosa,
else.
then you
get
can't take a
inflamed.
drug test. All right. So the Patriots have the oldest roster in the NFL. That doesn't surprise you with Tom Brady there, right?
Yeah, well, he skews the stats
absolutely, yeah.
quite a bit. He's old enough to be the father of half the team.
But it feels good. It does. It feels like that we have a lot of young players on the defensive end.
Yeah, and Ben Watson again. He skews
Oh,
it too.
really? Stop with the Ben Watson.
But he skews the numbers. I'm saying.
Is he
Okay,
39?
since Ben Watson is a
that.
guy that got retired, then he got jammed up for steroids,
Yeah.
and then he got signed, and now he's suspended for 4 games. What is your expectation, Joe, for Ben Watson?
Oh, just to be a regular journeyman tight end. That's it.
Right, in replacement
not-
of Rob Gronkowski.
He's not going to be an all-star.
Another one of those good teammates, good locker room guys, shows up
Can
on
walk.
time, does what he's told to do.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, right.
That's how we win.
I know. Yeah, but look, Ben Watson is
He's
famous
not
for.
chasing down Champ Bailey.
Yeah, that's what he's famous for, right?
How much did chasing down Champ Bailey put in his pocket in the long term?
But do you remember anything
Bought him
else?
plenty of meals around here.
But do you remember anything else that Ben Watson ever did?
dropped
He
a lot
was
of
just
passes.
yeah, he did.
He
dropped
bought a
a
lot of
lot.
meals. They lost that
He
game,
dropped
Joe.
a lot of
Yeah, I know.
passes.
Yeah.
Well, that was Troy Brown fumbling.
What I remember about Ben Watson is dropping passes.
Yeah, right, there you go. All right, after the break, we're going to continue with the Patriots and Patriots predictions.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right, so Landon Roberts is still on the team. How many times can I plead for that to not happen? What does Landon Roberts have on Bill Belichick? Pictures?
He's got pictures.
I mean, right? Videotapes?
But as Joe says,
I don't think he knows he's there.
but he's a good run stopper.
Yeah,
And it
first
ends
and
there.
second down.
I don't
But
think
it
he's
ends there,
that.
Scotty. It ends there, though.
No, he's not even that good of a run stopper.
Yes, he is. He
no,
is.
he's not.
He's a big guy and he plays his gap.
7
He
yards-
does
he's-
his
I
job.
believe Joe.
He does his job.
He's
That's
like
what
Gerard Mayo.
yeah.
Have you
Yeah, he
watched
does
him?
Exactly,
7 yards into the
And
field,
now
then he
he's
makes a
he's
tackle.
the defensive coordinator.
I know, right? He was the most overrated Patriot of all time.
I agree.
Gerard Mayo.
Yeah.
Still can't make it. I don't know.
Yeah, he was just a regular
Super
guy
Bowl
that did
rings?
his job.
I don't know. How many Super Bowl? He only has one, right?
Or does he have any?
Yeah, he may not have any. That's right. All right, so Patriots, I don't know if you've heard, they start the season on Sunday night, September 8th,
So I guess
against the Pittsburgh
our Yankee
Steelers.
tickets are not a hot commodity.
I
right
already
now.
sold those for
That's
Sunday.
nasty.
I was so happy. Oh, my
I went
God.
to give them to a customer today. Go, I'm watching the Patriots too. I went, what? What time are they on?
All right, predictions for the game, Joe.
Okay, I like the Patriots. Get off to a good start. New offense, 24-12.
24-12. Timmy.
21-13 Patriots.
Patriots, wow. All right, the answer is Patriots 34, Steelers 20. That's what we kind of average, right? It's like a 34 points. All right, so if you got to, of course, you have to watch the show and then you get to watch it again just to analyze what Timmy said. Tonight, NFL Network at 8 o'clock starts Patriots Porn. So do your job, part 3.
Yep.
Okay, and that's for an hour. And then at 9 o'clock, America's Game, which goes over the whole season last year in the Patriots. How fun is that going to be?
Oh, God.
I mean,
Patriots, and more Patriots.
yeah, right, exactly. So I guess we're going to have to do it. We'll go to the Red Sox, but it just
So
seems
tomorrow
like
night-
total second fill, right?
Does the season start tomorrow night, though?
Season starts tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Packers, Bears. Yeah. So that'll be fun. All right, we go to the Red Sox, and
Do we have to?
we have to. I can't hate Rick Porcello any more than I do.
Don't blame me in the least. Don't blame you.
This is a guy that has quit all season.
Yeah.
He hasn't been given the effort a $22 million pitcher should be giving.
And I can do his post-game press conference by heart now. I stunk again tonight. Every single time.
Yeah, right. I know this is a guy that every other season does well, but
But this is 3 in a row he's done.
He's a run support guy.
yeah, aren't they all, right?
Yeah, especially him, though.
But when you look at Timmy this season, and obviously it's been the starting pitching that's failed the most.
the worst.
God, have
right.
they ever.
But would you say that Rick Porcello is the poster child for that?
He's the post child for the Red Sox this year.
Yeah, well, that's
I
a great
mean,
point. Yeah.
You know, his season pretty much sums up the season. Even though we have had some tremendous performances, from our third baseman and
Xander.
And
And Vasquez, you got to put in there.
Yeah,
And Erod.
Yeah, and Mookie had an okay season, not Mookie-esque, but
But I would argue that it is Mookie-esque.
Porcello sums, off and on, high,
Yeah.
low,
But that- I think
high,
it's-
medium, not high, low, high, medium.
I can't remember a good game he pitched all year.
Porcello, maybe one. Yeah, I think he pitched one good game. That's it. Yeah. And
Oh,
you know-
yeah, he had a complete game.
And you know what was
like that.
crazy? Going into the season, I thought the starting pitching was our strength.
Well, Timmy, that's where we spend all the money.
On
I mean, the
paper,
payroll
I
is
mean,
all the money.
2/3 of the payroll is in that.
Yeah.
Maybe you said, who's better? Who's better than this? And they stunk out the joint.
Yep. All right, so next season, Sale,
$30 million a year.
Price,
$30 million a year.
Erod. He's
He'll
going to be in
number
arbitration.
one.
He'll be $10 million plus. Evaldi, $18 million a year.
Yeah.
So you have those guys are set. If you think that any of those guys are changing and that we're getting rid of them, you're crazy.
Do we have the Dodgers on speed dial?
So all you have for a new addition is the 5th spot, and it's going to be Darwinson Hernandez, who's shown great ability.
He's looked great. You picked him to come up
I
before
did.
the season
Yeah,
started.
thank
I'd never
you.
heard of him. I thought he was from the Galapagos, Darwin's. I'd never heard of the guy.
That's why you got to watch this show for that stuff. Thank you for giving
so
me my
we're
props.
praying the
Joe.
Dodgers don't win the World Series and they go crazy on a
They
spending
need Price.
spree, and they give us another gift and take all those contracts.
Yeah, all the contracts. No, the only one they would take is Price. But
Would
I
you
think
give
they
him?
might.
Would you give him?
Oh my God!
in a heartbeat.
Look, we said during the show at the trading deadline, can you shop Price right now and get rid of that contract? And they didn't do it. Look, Dave Dombrowski just took that.
And if we could get
trading
rid of
deadline
Sale
off.
in his contract too, that doesn't start till next year.
There's no chance. I mean, look, we
know
know
it'll go for
We
that.
know what's happening is that he's waiting 6 weeks to get Tommy John surgery. Yeah, right.
And
then you
puts
can
him out
kiss
for
next
a
season
whole
goodbye.
year, right?
Next year's done. Yeah, and then what do you got? A
He
guy,
gets $30 million for next year for sitting at home rehabbing.
and then you don't know what kind of guy you're getting. In,
You wonder if
2021.
If they had thrown out $20 million a year, would he have bit?
That's a great question. Probably. Yep.
Oh, who knows? His agent might. He might have, but his agent might have said, "Hey, calm down, forget about it."
Look, these guys are very in tune with their bodies being professional athletes. Chris Sale knew there was something up. He wasn't feeling that right. He wasn't going to tell anyone, but that big 5-year contract seemed just right, didn't
But
it?
Scotty, then we see him go out that game that we went to. He was on fire that night. So, there's something in him that he still has, but he's just so frail.
He's so right. He's so skinny. I mean, that has to make a difference, doesn't it, Joe?
Oh yeah, at least in your stamina. That's a long season, and every season he's broken down. Every year in professional baseball, he's been on a downward climb, trend after August.
That's why they love those 6'6" butts as big as this table.
Oh, Clemenses
pitchers,
and Lesters.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, big
You get out of the
horses.
Cape Cod League and you can watch the pitchers warm up right next to you. All these Georgia Tech, USC kids, and they're all 6'6", 6'7", with gigantic legs and butts.
All right, I'll ask you a question. Did we get anything? If we don't get anything left for Chris Sale and he's a complete failure moving forward, would we have won that World Series championship without Chris Sale?
Oh yeah, he didn't contribute much there except a couple of relief.
All right, we're going to go to the break. We're going to go to the break, and Timmy's going to answer it, and we'll continue with the Red Sox.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Yeah, this Friday with no music was easy.
All right, so the question is, would we have won a World Series last year without Chris Sale, including regular season and playoffs? Timmy?
All right, so the first half of the season last year, he was tremendous. I mean, he was a gigantic part of that great start that they had in the momentum and setting the tone for that team. He obviously got hurt later on. And when it came to the playoffs, he might have had the least to do with winning that championship of any pitcher. Joe Kelly was more important.
I agree, yeah.
Every other pitcher really had more to do with it than he did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and just putting him at the end of the last inning was kind of giving him the gold watch, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, and a FU to Craig Kimbrell, too.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, right? Yeah, look at all the gray hairs, Craig.
Yeah.
You sit down. And also, we're not going to sign you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
So we don't owe you
100%,
anything. Yeah. All right, so, all right, yeah, I would say.
I forgot about Kimball in that conversation because he did the most to sabotage us winning.
But this is what I need. With David Price, we won a World Series championship, and David Price was a huge contributor. So when you talk about that contract, I'm okay with it. J.D. Drew, as you always say, because he had a key hit, that one hit, that you're kind of okay with the contract because that helped.
I can't believe I ever said anything positive about it.
Right. So, but I'm still on the fence as far as whether Chris Sale, if we never get another contribution, meant anything to the Boston Red Sox except shipping off Jan Mercado, who ending up going to be the next Roberto Alomar, and I was right about that.
Oh, you were on him from when he was in single A.
Now he's all of a sudden...
He looked like Hercules, though.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden he's learned how to hit the off-speed pitch, and he's a big star.
Now, you know what I have a hard time with? I love Chris Sale, like, as a person, as a competitor. Yeah. Everything about this guy, but his body is just not going to survive the next 5 years.
Well, the guy who has the opposite body, Andrew Kashner, the guy we picked up for 2 prospects a week before the trading deadline, has actually pitched really well out of the bullpen. And I ask you, Joseph, is he a guy that's going to be on the team next year? Because he's a free agent.
I think so. If they get the right price for him, why not? Because he could be a swing guy, spot starter, and in the bullpen for the most part. Replaced like Brandon Workman's.
But all of a sudden, Timmy, when we start at it, we're talking about the roster for next season. Who's going on the roster that's going to be new? It's going to be literally the same band again.
Well, their hands are tied by these contracts.
Right? The bullpen's
no, it's not going to be. Not at all.
Their hands are tied. They can't sign anyone.
No, they'll probably go get a legitimate closer because they don't want to face the problems that they have this year. But otherwise, it's going to be the same guys.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is
all
it.
the talent that's, we go through position by position. This could be the most talented team in baseball.
Otherwise, look, I think Benintendi or JBJ goes just to change the mix of the team a little bit.
They should have thought of that back at the trade deadline. They should have been sellers.
Yeah. Absolutely. We talked about Brock Holt, Moreland.
I couldn't say that enough.
Price.
Yeah, right. Anybody you could have sold right there. I mean, obviously not the big stars.
Somebody who's really trying to win a World Series, putting a stamp on it to add Price to their lineup.
Especially if Martinez opts out, then they should have known that. And they should have, somebody would have given something for him.
Yeah, and they were just trying to pretend that they were going to be in the playoffs. They didn't want to make it look like they were quitting on the season.
They're still not out of it, right?
Nah, they're out of it now.
They're
5.5. They can't because they win 5 straight and they gain a half a game in the standings.
they might make up the 5.5 against one team, but another team they don't make up anything on.
Also, we didn't get a bill. As season ticket holders, I thought we would get one.
Congratulations!
And don't we we would have a bill by now, right?
Oh yeah, but right at Labor Day.
I'd be hiding it from my wife right around now.
Because usually it's like 10 grand
she doesn't
or something.
Watch, so I'm safe.
So they didn't have the arrogance to send a bill for all the playoff games.
Yeah. I think they're going to have to reset over there.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
The cachet is off the lovable losers. That's almost a marketing ploy, as the Cubs are probably finding out now that they've won it. You know what I mean? There's a little lovability when you don't win forever and ever. Oh, how are we going to lose this year?
You can only say America's Ballpark so long.
You can't say, oh, my God, they've never done it. I have to be there to see it. We've seen it, done it, been there.
Look, tonight's game, $6. You can get a nice grandstand seat.
And then you walk down right behind the plate and you sit there.
Yeah.
If it starts to rain, you're under cover.
Yeah, so the season ticket holders have spent, for those seats $30, $40, $50, $60 per seat. And they can't even get rid of it for $6. Oh, yeah, things are going to change. Prices are going to drop. All right, quickly, we're going to go to the Celtics.
Drop, wait.
I don't think so.
Prices are going to drop. You have to have a sense of the market.
They just won't rise.
Nope. They're going
to
just
to drive the concessions.
They're going to dress up the pig. They're going to dress up the pig. They're going to the way they do it.
We'll start getting signed shirts, things like that.
No, but they're going to dress up the pig.
Oh,
where all of a sudden,
stuff.
Certain games are going to be $8 games. Trust me, they won't say they're lowering prices, but they just dress up the pig.
Because they need a body in there for you to drop $150, $200 on the concessions.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Aramark, is another company.
No, things are bad for the Red Sox. It's not ever going to be better than this, okay? If you can't get rid of seats right now after they've had their best season in the history of the franchise, moving forward, it's never going to be good.
They're so overpriced.
And the games take forever.
Yeah.
You know, and nobody will listen to all my fun ideas that I mentioned.
The game that used to take 2 hours now takes 4. Why?
Yeah. Okay. Go to the Celtics. Jason Tatum got hurt. Our worst nightmare in the World Championship. Let's put those Celtics on ice and get them ready for the season.
You don't want another Chris Paul type thing. You know, just guy come back and miss a year. But,
or Kevin Durant or something.
Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine if Kemba Walker blows out an Achilles at playing Turkey?
They almost lost to Turkey.
They almost lost to Turkey.
Without Enes Kanter.
I wonder what the insurance status is on something like that. Does USA Basketball have to? I mean, what is a Kemba Walker really worth in revenue to the Celtics?
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure he has his own insurance.
No, but I mean in revenue to the Celtics.
I don't know. We got to go, though. All right, that's our show for tonight. Great question, Timmy. Maybe we'll do an hour show on Friday. I want to thank the boys. I want to thank everyone behind the scenes, of course, Handsome Todd. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in again next Wednesday night at 6:30 for another edition of the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night.
I think.
Here comes the circus.